Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. And I'm in Cumbria exploring the Smardale Gill Viaduct and some of the relics that lay between here and the Smardale Nature Reserve. The South Durham and Lancashire Union Railway built a railway line linking the Stockton and Darlington Railway near Bishop Auckland with the Lancashire and Carlisle Railway at T-Bay, via Bernard Castle, Stainmore Summer and Kirby Stephen. The line opened in 1861 and it became known as the Stainmore line. In today's Explore, we're going to be having a look at the old quarry just south of the Smardale Gill Viaduct along Scandel Beck. We'll then take a venture over the viaduct towards where the Smardale railway station was, underneath the settle to Carlisle Railway, and concluding the video at Smardale Station. So I'm on the section of line between the Scandel Beck and the Smardale Nature Reserve, and this is Scandel Beck down here. You've got the viaduct, Smardale Gill Viaduct, that's just along the road. And just here you can see these are remains of what you call the lime kilns. Now these played a major part of the line. Just over there's one that's been restored. You can see these were demolished. Now I'm not exactly sure when they were demolished, but there are quite a few that go across the line. These imposing lime kilns were built around 1860 to produce lime, for use initially in the construction of Smardale Gill Viaduct, then steel for making in Barrow and Darlington. They are part of a wider complex of industrial features which includes quarries, an inclined plane tramway and an engine house, representing what was formerly a major commercial lime producing operation. The kilns are both protected as a scheduled monument and are Grade 2 listed structures for their industrial archaeological importance. Before we head to the viaduct, we're just going to take a look on top of these kilns. This is what remains. So on the maps, this was actually a quarry. I'm just going to take a little look around the quarry. We've got all this, I think it was called sandstone. I'm not sure. But I think a lot of the masonry for the viaducts were built out of a lot of stone from this quarry, completely unused. Now I think this is what you called, was it sandstone or something like that? Anyway, we're going to head this way and just have a look at the top of these lime kilns. So this looks like where they would have filled in the coke and the limestone, and it would have dropped into here, but you can see it's been clearly filled in. There's two of them. Well, on this one anyway, it's all been filled in. I'm not going to stand on there because I'm not sure how deep it would be. You can see there's been a tree here that's been cut down. Absolutely fantastic. And then just in the distance you can see the Smardale Gill Viaduct, which is where we're going to head to next. So we're onto the trap bed now, going past these mine kilns, and what you can see here is the remains of the sleepers. You can see where the sleepers were laid down, and if you just take a look to the left here, you can see these fence posts were made out of old railway sleepers. or by the looks of it, they look like they've been changed shape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head down to what we call the Smardale Gill Viaduct. So this is another shot of the Scandel Beck, which flows right underneath the Smardale Gill Viaduct. So we're walking onto the viaduct now, and it was reopened by the Northern Viaduct Trust, which it says it's a historical monument. So it is a public right-of-way. Last year it did close for a little bit, and I think it was to have about 30 grand's worth of repairs done to it. I know there was a couple of times where it had to have some restorations, but last year it did close, but it must have just reopened recently. So going back to what I was saying about the viaduct closing, I think at one point around a few years back that these protector fences were put up, because I think originally it just had these original rails, and I think they closed it so that they could do some repairs and put these extra security fences up. But you can see the viaduct's been tarmacked, or it looks like it's been tarmacked, and there's a little drainage channel on both sides, and it brings you into the beautiful landscape and the valley where you can see how the beck flows. So we've got some nice drone shots of the beck, which I'm going to show you soon. Just looking back that way towards where we've just been. Now we are walking across the viaduct. It has a span of 14 arches, and I think they're at around a height of 90 feet. And the viaduct itself and the location that we're at is actually apparently 900 feet above sea level. Now there's no refuges. I think it's a length of 255 yards. I think that's what it is anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some drone shots of the viaduct and some pictures, and as well as the Scandel Beck. Another view of the Scandel Beck. Absolutely brilliant. It leads all the way down there. So before we head further on the line, I thought I'd just give you a shot of the viaduct. You can see all the arches. You can see going back the way we came, it's got a slight S-bend or a slight curve on it. And it was built out of local quarry stone. See a little memorial plaque here. So Ian Allen Railway Heritage Awards 1992, first class awards presented by HMR the Duke of Gloucestershire for the Smardale Gill Viaduct. So that was Smardale Gill Viaduct. I've been meaning to come and do that for a while. So what we're going to do now is head northeast towards Kirby Stevens, which is where the line headed. So this would have been a cutting, or a small, when I say cuttings, would have had two sides, but looking back that way towards Smardale Viaduct. Approaching a bridge, which is also built out of sandstone from the quarry. We've got this metal fence just to protect people from falling down. I can't really get any shots. And there's a little footpath that might be down there that I can just maybe get a shot. Got some buttresses here on each side. You can just see them both. So I've just headed down here now. I thought it was a footpath originally, but I'm thinking it was some sort of drainage channel because that looks too steep to be a footpath. However, just had a look at the bridge. You can see the sandstone. It's got two arches. In fact, there are some steps that are on the other side. So I've just come down and there were some steps, so I just thought I'd get another shot, a different angle. And here it is. Look at that. Bird feeding stations. This is part of the nature reserve. So I think we're going to be coming across a lot of wildlife around here. Now the line, originally I think it was built for 2 trains, but it only operated with 1. So we just headed further down the track bed and we've come to the actual Smardale Viaduct, which carries the Carlisle to Settle line. Now originally when I researched these viaducts, I actually thought this was the disused viaduct until I did more research and found the disused Smardale Gill Viaduct back down that way. And it looks like it was built out of the same material. And I wonder what all these circular things are. I'm not sure. If you guys leave a comment in the box. Looks like it's got about 12 arches going across the valley. Look at that. Just here, you've got this little iron bridge. You can just see the abutments, and then this steel bridge, I think it is. Is it a girder bridge? Looks like it. Now, did it originally have some kind of access over the top? I'm not too sure, but the floor seems to be missing. I'm not sure if this is something to do with it, but you can clearly tell that the masonry is exactly the same as the bridges and the viaducts built from the local quarry. So just heading along the track bed now, we've seen these cable anchors. They've been painted pink. I'm not sure why. That's a railway relic still left behind. There's not many. There's another one down there actually, but it's not been painted pink. Another little stream just down there. I'm not sure if that connects to the beck that was down there. It's another railway relic painted pink. Now it's just been brought to my attention that the reason why they've been painted pink, I think I can see another one up ahead, is when they were trying to chisel everything away. As you can see all these trees and all this earth, it'll have been some kind of way of showing that there was some relics there that wouldn't be able to have been moved. So they painted them pink so that they can work around them. So that's my theory, I'm guessing. You can just see another cable anchor on the left here. There it is. So great to see a few little railway relics still left behind. It would have been hard to get rid of them. There you go. So that would have been the track bed going across here, and there's a tractor being left there. It's by one of the local farmers, and that's a track bed that would have gone across here. Now it's not private because it's a nature reserve, so got a little bit of information of where we've just been about the Smardale Gill Nature Reserve. A lot more, some like information here and some history on the viaduct. So we've had to walk off the track bed towards where I'm parked. Now this was the site of Smardale railway station, and it looks like it's been built over by new housing. And I wonder if it's the station house just down there. But this was the site of the Smardale, I think it was Smardale railway station anyway. But just here there was looks like there was a bridge that would have led underneath. It's been filled in, you can see, with lots of earth. And then the track bed then carrying on towards the nature reserve. Just another shot where the bridge was. And then heading into like a little cut in here. I'm just walking on this wooden path that walks down towards the other nature reserve, which is where I'm going to conclude the video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this documentary on the Smardale Gill Viaduct, and I'm hoping to maybe tour some more of this line at some point in the future. Take care, please leave a comment in the box, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Take care, bye bye.